shout out to Mike Rowe. Love the suggestion to go rucking every day. Been doing that for months now, and it's really helped improve my weight loss, my overall health and well-being. Love it. Definitely recommend it. You'll also get to see Thor, so he'll get to obviously go on the walk with me. But we'll go out on an adventure, and then we'll get into the garage. So enjoy.
I'm going on an adventure!
Truth is, whenever I'm home, I walk 8 miles every morning with 65 pounds on my back. I've been doing that now for a couple years. Not the 65 pounds. That only started about 4 months ago. But you're right, it's heavy. And since you are skeptical, I thought I'd take a moment just to show you how it breaks down. It's also true, I lose about 4 or 5 pounds on every one of these walks because the whole rucking process makes you sweat a lot. I usually put it back on in the evenings, but that's another story. The Go Ruck bag itself looks like this. I got it about 2 years ago, and it arrived with a 30-pound plate already in it. And I'll show you that plate. It's first of all, I added 10 pounds to it a couple months later because you get used to the weight, and you want to trick your body into avoiding what you call homeostasis, right? Anyway, that's why it's important to increase the weight from time to time. But this is a 30-pounder right there, and I added another 10. So I was walking around with 40 for about a year, and I thought, you know what, it's time to go to 50. So I decided, walking home one morning, I was going to order another 10-pound plate from GoRuck. And then I saw this thing in the street, just lying there on the other side of my driveway. Looks like one of those plates that goes over top of maybe a water main or something, but there was no open hole nearby, just this slab of concrete in the middle of the street. So, being cheap, I picked it up and I put it in my ruck bag, and then I kept walking. And you know what? It was very heavy. And when I got home, I got on the scale, and it said 265 pounds. And at the time, I weighed 200 pounds, so I did the math, and that's how I got the 65 pounds. Anyway, that's what I walk with every day, Jack. So there.
Okay, so warm up complete. Now we begin round 2 of the underside of the trailer. I got a new grinding wheel. So again, I know I've been doing Harbor Freight for almost everything, but I do Amazon occasionally, and this is an Amazon purchase. But the DeWalt carbon stringer wheel, 4-inch high performance. So you can see that the bands are a lot closer together. So I wanted to try this out because I've been wearing out those Harbor Freight ones pretty quickly, and I got some real deep rust in those crevices in between the beams. So I got this new product, again linked in the sheet below. I also got new PPE, and so this'll hopefully keep my glasses a little cleaner, my face a little less black when I'm done. But as you notice, I have a GoPro mount hooked up here. So hopefully I'll be able to use this versus just putting it down on the ground, and you'll be able to see everything I'm doing, kind of like the videos that I watch. So we'll see how it works. But I already had the mount. I had it from like a kit that I got forever ago, so it came in handy. We'll see how that goes. But new PPE, very nice. Amazon, again, linked in the description. But let's jump into rust remediation part 2 and see if we can get it done today. Ideally, I'd like to get it done today, but we'll see. Maybe it's a part 3. But the underside is, I would say, about at least half done. So I got to keep going there. Oh, and then I realized once I took off the wheel wells, I forgot. See, I forgot to finish up here. So there's still some gunk.
No! Oh, idiot!
I gotta finish off the old wiring still there, but I'm gonna try and use that to pull it through. I'm just leaving it there for now. But anyhow, alright. Cue the time lapse and the forehead footage. Let's go. So while I'm under the trailer, I wanted to kind of share the things that worked for me and the things that I did to kind of gain momentum going from 250 to 200. There's things that work for me that won't work for you, but
Here's what I did. Breakfast. I usually fast anyways, and so I would just kind of power through with some coffee. I always take my vitamins in the morning. Lots of hydration then as well. Lunch generally is light or leftovers. No eating anything too heavy. Sometimes it was a protein bar or jerky, but I'd always have something. That way my blood sugar levels wouldn't tank. Dinner was always protein forward, veggies where possible. I did I did cut back on carbs. I could have gone keto, carnivore, or the other methods, but just kind of bumping up the protein and veggie ratios really seemed to help me. I can't let go of carbs, but reducing them seemed to work. So outside of rucking or the kettlebell workouts that I mentioned, I always try and work in the yard when I can. So some days I'll get a combo of doing a 1.5 mile walk and working in the yard, or I'll work in the yard and then go do a kettlebell workout, or I'll go work in the garage and do some sort of workout combination there. But I try and do 1 or 2 if possible, and then always try and soak and sweat it out in the hot tub for about 15 or 20 minutes. I hope to build a sauna in the future, but covering my head up with the hot tub cover over the water seems to get me super hot and sweaty. So that seems to work. And then I always follow my quote unquote sauna with a cold shower. And obviously wakes you up. I don't have a cold plunge, but it's kind of where it gives me a chance to have the general in my head kind of wrap up the session. Like, stand here, it's cold, this sucks, but it's worth it. Count to 10 slowly, breathe. I always listen to Rogan in between my audiobooks and the other podcast I have on my 60 to 75 minute drive each day. And I wanted to play one of the episodes where he's mentioned talking about it with Matthew McConaughey. So here's that clip.
You got to be your own general. You got to be your own like wake up, soldier.
Yeah.
You know.
You mean to tell me that you cannot do one single pull-up? You are a worthless piece of shit, pile. Get out of my face! Get up here, pal.
I always talk about the cold plunge because that is the one time like, people say, "Oh, how do you do it every day?" Listen to me very carefully. I almost don't every day. Every day,
Yeah,
I get that close to out every single day. I'm amazed how weak I am. I'm amazed. Every time I go to lift that lid off that thing, I'm like, oh my God, I'm not doing this. I am not doing this. I'm not doing. And then when I get in, I'm like, maybe I'll only do a minute today. Maybe I'll get out right now. Don't you want to get out right now? I'm like, shut the up. I get to let the general talk, and the general's like, shut the up, soldier. Yeah. You will stay in that water. I'm like that dude from Full Metal Jacket. Outstanding.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Well, self-regulation, man.
Yeah, but every day I almost don't. David Goggins told me that too, who's like the most mentally strong human being I've ever met, and maybe the most mentally strong human being that's ever walked the face of the planet. And he said, he goes, even though I run every day, sometimes I look at my sneakers, I stare at those motherfuckers for a half an hour before I put them on. Just thinking of him. I mean, he's out there running like marathons literally every day. And he was just like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do this.
Yes.
So he does it. That's the thing. It's like people want to think that people that are mentally strong don't struggle. No, you do struggle. You always struggle.
Yeah.
But you win every time.
Right.
You make sure that you win every time. And you can win every time. But you got to develop that ability to make yourself do the things you don't necessarily want to do, but you know you should.
It's a little bit of that, I don't know if you ever saw that Djokovic interview on 60 Minutes.
No, it didn't.
And 60 Minutes interview, I forget his name, was going like, look, so, your mental capacity is why you're so good. And my hunch is that, Novak, it's because you have less negative thought. And Djokovic interrupts him. Now you might want to pull this one up. This is good. His answer's great. He goes, no. Yeah. I have as many or more negative thoughts. I just get past them quicker than others.
Yeah, that's
so he's not denying the negative thoughts. He's let him come, and then bam, out of the way. I gotta on to the next.
Yeah, he has control.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has control of those thoughts. They come in and he swats them down.
They're playing against themselves.
They're playing against themselves.
Yes.
Yeah, they're trying to be the very best version of themselves that they can be. And if they do that right and leave no stone unturned, they can achieve greatness.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be easy. It's going to be, they go through hell.
In the suffering to succeed.
Yeah.
Is it fair to say, I think it is, that like the people that, like the seeing beyond the immediate goal, meaning
Right.
we choke at the goal line when we look up and get objective and go, oh, 4th and 1, this could be the game winner. All I got to get is 1 yard.
Right.
Whereas, no, I run. I will run through. I will use my ability. I will cross that. Bo Jackson, when he scored, he'd go through the end zone, down the tunnel. The best snipers don't aim at the target. They aim on the other side of it. Getting through COVID, part of what I know helped me was going, oh, it's going to be like this for 10 years, gang. Family, buckle up.
Yeah.
It didn't last 10 years. It was
Right.
much shorter. Oh, we were preparing for a much longer journey, going to work out. This is going to be hell. Get ready for it, dude. And then all of a sudden you're like, all right, that's it. Wait, I'm done? Projecting past the goal, cellularly, I think, wakes up something in us on survival level that we don't choke. We don't get fatigued
Right.
as quickly. We don't want to quit sooner because we have in our mind, no, it's the end is not right around the corner.
Right.
And it's a bit of a mental trick.
So you heard me talk about the successes. You heard Rogan and McConaughey talk about it. Here's some of the kind of the wrinkles I discovered along the way. Late night snacking. So after everything settles in for the night, the workout's done, the kiddo is bathed, bedtime story's over, and they're snoozing. That's when I get into trouble. So
When you're an overweight child in a society that demands perfection, where your sense of right, wrong, fair and unfair will always be tragically skewed. Did you just soil yourself? Maybe.
So I like to relax on the couch, watch some TV, maybe game a little bit, and when I do, I like to snack. And so I tried kicking the snacking altogether. Nope, that did not work. Depriving myself just made me make even worse choices because I would binge and want to eat everything. So now, knowing what I know, you can't completely cut it out, reduce it, or make it better. I snack on something a little bit less terrible. Instead of copious amounts of candy or chips, I grab a bowl of berries.
Berries and cream. Oh, hurrah! Berries and cream, berries and cream. I'm a little lad who loves berries and cream. Berries and cream, berries and cream. Oh, I'm a little lad who loves berries and cream.
Cut up an apple, have some icy frozen thing that I kind of like, slowly scrape and eat bits at a time. Getting small Sonic slushes are really cheap, easy, and they take a while to get through. So like I can kind of like sit there and scrape the ice, scrape the ice, scrape the ice, and then that need to snack goes away. I throw it back in the freezer, and then I have it again the next day. I always shoot for a calorie deficit, and the couch snack is my treat for making good choices throughout the day. All right, so wrapping up the video, I got the underside of the trailer completely finished. I'm gonna throw up the quick time lapse so you can see the start to finish of my day working under there. But I got the whole thing done under there. It's all cleaned up and looks great. Now we move on to welding and patching up all of these holes.